Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and with all this pink and red in the loft, it is definitely February, the month of love, and we are celebrating Valentine's. So if you might be wondering, what should we put on the menu? Well, what comes together in a snap has a golden brown color, crunchy exterior, and is soft and tender on the inside. A crispy chicken wing, of course. Add a garlicky authentic yogurt dipping sauce and serve it for your Valentine. Yummy.
I'd like to dip myself in some of that. I mean, you know. And that's what we're starting off with today. Our recipe needs a dipping sauce because you've got those hot lemony wings. So you want something just to cool off your tongue so you can go in for the second one. You know, like keep the love hot, keep the wings hot, but just make sure you keep the dipping sauce cool.
Cool. This is actually one of the other recipes I tried earlier on this week, and I feel like I nailed it, but let's see how the pros do it.
No, that's not what you said to me earlier, but okay,
I'll tell you what I did. Okay, I'll be quick. I added like a soy sauce at the end, like to coat it in. Okay. And the soy sauce and the lemon and the pepper
yes.
didn't really connect.
I get you. Well then, let's give you this dipping sauce, because probably if you had that to dip it in, it wouldn't have worked so well. It wouldn't have been such a bad disaster. But let's start off our dip. It's got a nice tangy flavor to it, and it starts off with our Clover Authenticos. And I think one of the few things that I love about this is that it is the only authentic Greek-style yogurt that you can find in South Africa. It's beautifully thick, and then the perfect thing about it is that it can work not only as a dipping sauce, but even in your desserts. You can use it in your main dishes, however you choose to use it.
Yum. And Pali, speaking to your point earlier, this is such a nice base recipe to start off with. And you can play around as much as you want, you know, choose different herbs, choose different seasonings. Yeah. So this is a really nice starting point for anyone at home. And listen, I've never met a chicken wing that I have not liked.
That's my man. I knew when we said Jay should come on the show, I knew me and you would see eye to eye. Because I have not met a chicken wing that I did not love.
No,
but,
seriously.
Yes, and I think what I did is that I tried too many flavors. I was a little too adventurous, and some chili bites in there, but also on the tanginess. So this is something that will balance all the flavors.
Correct. We've got the zinginess from our Authenticos. We've got our salt and pepper that we've added. I've got some of our chives that bring in that earthy flavor, and then we go in with our garlic because I love garlic, and I've said this a couple of times that I would add it to anything. Yeah. So our dip is going to sit together with all these flavors, and all of them going to mellow together. But I'm also just adding a touch of lemon juice because our wings are lemon pepper, so we just want to enhance that lemon flavor.
Okay, Jay, on your side, you already have coated quite beautifully and consistently each chicken wing thoroughly.
So I think a lot of people try different things, corn flour, you know, different things that everyone has a different method. But what we've done here today is simply plain flour, salt, pepper, quickly dust your drumlets in there, and you'll see what we've done is we've actually separated the wings into two.
Yes, you cut them.
So nice bite-sized pieces, and it's as simple as that. Listen, salt and pepper, best friends in the kitchen, you can't go wrong.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Exactly.
I was clearly doing far too much. I first seasoned the chicken, put it in the oven for a little bit, and then after a few minutes, took it out again, recoated it. This is simple. This is what we need to try. And you've already made sure that your oil is hot and ready for the meat.
That is the trick of the trade. You've got to make sure your oil is ready, and I mean, there you have it. It's that simple.
Bob's your uncle. And on that simplicity note, our coating here, this is where the lemon pepper comes in. We've got some butter that we've melted in here. Our lemon pepper seasoning goes in. And I don't want to add our parsley in just yet because I just want to coat it and make sure that it's still fresh when I add it onto the wings. So all I'm going to do, I don't want it to even cook. I literally just want the butter to melt. I'm going to pour this over into my bowl here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss my wings in this. Most people would want to brush it over, but I say toss them in just so that each wing gets all of that flavor, that lemony flavor. You know, let the chef in you, if you're preparing this while their partner is there, just do it as a trick where you're talking to them and you're like, yes, baby, you know what I'm talking about. And all that time, you're getting them ready and basted for this dish you're about to enjoy. And but it's as simple as that. You see simple lemony flavors, simple tangy flavors, and then the cooling effect of our Clover Authenticos. And yes, we're using the plain now, but it even comes in those apple flavor, apple and cinnamon. You can even get it in coconut. So if you were to do a sweet dish, you could even use those different flavors as well.
Okay, beautiful, brilliant. Last one, Jay, before we wrap. To make sure that a lot of restaurants, a lot of people overcook the chicken wing. By the time you bite into it, it's just so dry. How do we make sure that it's tender and succulent on the inside?
Cooking time is very important. You don't want, firstly, the oil to be piping hot. You want it to be hot enough that it's going to crisp up when it hits the oil, but not too hot that it burns as soon as you put it in. You want it to cook through first and then get the crispiness on the outside. So slow and steady wins the race.
Beautiful. Now head over to afternoonexpress.co.za to get this recipe. Love that.
There is a classic mayonnaise that brings out the traditional French in 3 levels of tanginess. The mild classic, the medium classic, the strong classic. Tangy the way you love it.
Made with love by Clover.